Africans and Caribbeans, that's their new anti-Semitic.
Beware of these weak-ass braiders.
I got kicked out from an African braiding shop.
I've been here for what? It's 12, 13 hours.
So now I'm swinging because I'm like up against like 5 Africans.
When I say their attitudes were absolutely terrible.
Stop going to Nadine's.
It's your girl Sandy. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of The World is Ghetto. Yes, y'all, welcome back to another episode. And I know I have been MIA for a little bit, but I have been working on a couple of videos for you guys behind the scenes for this main channel and my vlogging channel, so y'all tap into both channels. And with that being said, let's just get into what today's video is about, honey. I know I have put videos out of service providers, of different types of service providers, but I've never done like a whole African compilation, because let's be real, there's a difference in all these services and there's a cultural difference, believe me, because I am African. I stand on it and I say what I said. I am African. So definitely stick around to the end of the video so you can get my tips, because honey, y'all know I love my African people, but y'all be literally, I don't even know, when I was doing this video, I cannot believe y'all pulling out all these cards. Like, yes, I've experienced like long time wait hours and different types of, you know, that false advertisement. Oh, 2 people work on you for the whole 5 hours and then it's bouncing back and forth. Y'all have heard me talk about this in those other videos, but baby, for y'all to bring out a whole band in the middle of servicing your clients, okay, I'm not even going to talk about it, because yeah, I don't even want to get into it. I'll give my 2 cents at the end of the video, because this one is another one, honey. We're coming for y'all, and it is what it is, honey. I mean, in this channel, we're calling out every type of different kinds of experiences so we can learn from them, so you can get tips. So today, we're taking to the African braiding shops, and I know some people, like I said, don't like the whole Africans whatever tag, but I mean, that's what is on, you know, on the salon. So please, when you hear a lot of the Africans that's because they're just going according to what you have posted in your building, the African braiding shop. So that's just what they're referring. So don't take no offense. This is not to bash nobody. As usual, we always get good information from these videos, and yes, that's just how it goes in this channel. So if you're new here, make sure you tap in. For my day ones, you know what's up. I'll meet you guys down in the comment section. And with that being said, y'all ready for this roller coaster? Because I am. Okay, let's ride. Okay, now for real, let's get into it.
I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna cut the ring off. How much? If you cut your hair, yes. If you cut your hair, and what? I've been coming to you for 9 years. And what? What you mean? And what? That's not how you're supposed to operate. The lady you asked me for my discount. I didn't ask you for no discount. I didn't ask you for more. And now you want more. No, I want my own dinner. You could have leave. You could take like you can stay that long. She was here before you, like everybody. She just did me. And now you want more. And I said I have to be right. I said that. For everybody. You're just the only one. Since you sit here, you just ask me to talk like you know what? Let's go talk like adults. I'm sure I don't have time to talk. Okay, well, I don't know what to say to you. I'm trying to handle it light. I said I don't have no problem with tipping her. I said that. Girl, I'm not asking. I'm not a girl. I'm not a girl. It's her hair. But now you asking more and more and more. I never asked. And I already gave you a discount because you have been asking that. I brought my own hair. That's not my fault. You for 6 years. That's ours. I don't have no problem in the situation.
When I say God has been truly testing my patience and my faith, today was like one of the worst hair experiences I ever had. I'm crying because I'm upset. I'm upset and I'm angry because I kept my composure the entire time. I didn't go off. I didn't cuss, but I wanted to so bad. But I'm like, you know, I've been going to church trying to get my life together and just you know, just elevate my life. So I was at Mary's African hair braiding on Kelly between 8 Mile and 7 Mile. I've been going to the same lady for about 10 years. I'm sorry, 9 years. So she recently opened up a larger shop to where it's like maybe 20 braiders, but the customer service was very poor. The shop opens at 8 o'clock. I was there at 7:30 out there in the line. They let us in at 8. The braiders didn't start showing up until 9 o'clock. By this time, it's about 20 of us seated. So only 2 or 3 braiders showed up. And then about another 20-30 minutes, another 1 braider came in, and they just started coming in periodically all the way up until 11:30, almost 12 o'clock. So they had a list. I was on the list. For some reason, I got skipped over, and I said something about it. But there was a lady about to get her hair done by the lady I was supposed to get my hair done by, because I was ahead of this lady by a whole hour. So I said something to the lady, and she told the lady, go ahead, sit down, don't worry about her, as if I didn't mean anything. So I brought it to the other lady's attention, and she was like, no, you sit here, you get your hair done. I was like, you know, at this point, I just feel like she does not want to do my hair. So I am just going to wait until the next person. So it took about another hour. So at this time, it's about 10:30. I finally get a lady that's doing my hair. For some reason, I don't know, she couldn't get my part right or what was the issue. I just know that another lady came over. They started arguing over my head, and the lady slapped her while she was in my head. Okay, so I got up, I moved, okay, and they started fighting in the middle of the shop, which is, it was crazy. Just poor, very poor customer service. So it took about 30 minutes to get everything calmed down. So I finally get back in the chair with the same lady that got smacked, okay. So I noticed, like, about, 6 or 7 braids in, she wasn't using any product on my hair, and my hair felt real dry. So I'm like, okay, I don't think my parts are going to be, how I want them. So I asked to go to the bathroom. All the girls know, when you don't know how your hair is looking, or you skeptical, you go to the bathroom and check your hair out. So I went to the bathroom and I took a couple pictures of my hair. It looked like my braids, it looked like my 5-year-old daughter did my braids in the back. My parts were not crisp at all. There was no product on my hair. Some of the braids were intertwining with each other. So I'm like, okay. I walked out the bathroom, and there was a customer out there. So I asked her, I was like, what do you think about, my parts of my head? She was like, oh no. She was like, no. So what she told me was, she was like, you want to know what? She's like, I'm back up here today because they played in my mother's hair yesterday, and her parts were terrible. I'm like, okay. So I was like, let me go talk to the manager, because like I said, I have been going to this lady for 9 years. So I bring her to the back, and I'm like, Mary, I'm like, can you just take a look at my hair? What do you think of my hair? She immediately started going off like, no, I'm tired of this lady. She give me a lot of problems, blah, blah, blah. She's fired. I fire her today. So I was like, okay. And she immediately just ran back out to, where all the people were. Cause like I said, we were in the back. And I guess she fired the lady, and the lady went over and smacked the girl, I guess, that smacked her. So now it's another brawl. This is brawl number 2, okay? Mind you, I got a couple braids in the back, so now I have to find another person to braid my hair. At this point, it's like 11 something. I can't really remember the time. I just know it was around like 11 something. I had been there since 7:30, mind you. Sat down at 8 o'clock. So this is 11:30. I want to say between 11 and 11:30. I'm so mind boggled. I really, so she finally found somebody to do my hair. So I had to wait to get my hair taken down. I did get the full service. The lady that did do my hair, she's done my hair before, and she was really, really sweet. I've never had no issue with her. And even in the midst of everything that was going on, she was really sweet to me. So I have no issue with her. It's Mary that I have the issue with. I guess the lady, she owns the place. So when it came time to pay, I asked Mary, I said, what time is it? It's 6:15. I just left about 15 minutes ago. So I've been there from 7:30 in the morning. I'm gonna just say 8 because that's when we walked into the shop. I've been there since 8 this morning till 6 o'clock. I haven't had nothing to eat, nothing to drink. I'm tired. You can look at my eyes and tell. So I was like, Mary, can we go in the back and talk? Because I want to, kind of discuss the price. I'm like, like it was a lot going on today. And I'm like, it took way longer than expected. Like I've been here for a whole shift plus some. So she just went out like how she went off earlier when I, talked to her about the braids in the back. She just went off on me like, you gonna pay me my money, da, 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 da. Start going off on me. I'm like, you know what, Mary? I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna pay you your money, but you want to know what, I'm never coming back. And I'm like, you don't even realize how many customers you lost just based off of the things that happened today. So many women I talked to in there said like, I'm never coming back here. Some women even said like they don't even want to get they hair braided no more because of this experience. I made this video so that y'all could be aware. Just don't spend your money there. Do not. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? The customer service is poor. The back room just nasty altogether. I don't even know how they're washing hair back there. You know what I'm saying? The attitudes, not everybody's attitude was nasty, but to be an owner, you know what I'm saying? Like I expected to be compensated in some type of way. I've been here for what? 12, 13 hours. Like that's crazy. I'm sorry. I got my math mixed up. I'm so sleepy. But I've been here for a very long time, I expect to be compensated, seeing as that you got people fighting over my head. I'm here double the time. I done had to get my hair braided, taken down, and re-braided. Like, man, I don't know. I try to come to a conclusion with the lady. I was very nice to her. I just don't want y'all spending y'all money there. I'm over Detroit stylists. It's like, you can't find nobody that's reliable, and when you do find somebody, they either got a poor attitude, you know what I'm saying, or they just, you know what I'm saying, they can't do what they said they could do, or they trying to get you out of the deposit. Like, I'm just over it. And I don't even know what else to say. Y'all have a good day.
Before we get to the drama, let's start from the top. I arrived at Coco V Braiding at 6:45 a.m. Immediately upon arrival, I was greeted at the door. I told the lady exactly what I wanted. She gave me a price, $200 for mid-back braids. She then told me it would be $240 for 2 packs of braiding hair. When I get in the chair, somehow it changed to $280 because it was $40 per pack of human hair. Then they really threw me because she said, "Sister, help me make it quicker and separate this hair for me." I said, "What the fuck do you mean I have to separate my own hair?" Girl, I came here to relax my nerves. I'm not trying to do work at 7 o'clock in the morning. But here I was, separating the hair. Amidst that, Helen was slaying my hair as the vendors walked through. And then, all of a sudden, this happened.
I don't care about your name. I'm not running away. I said one star. One star. That's outside here. You play with that. Hey. I gotta get to him. What you got for the child? Go up the child. All the child. Go up there, man. Just go.
I had to make a doctor's appointment. I need to be there by 3 o'clock. I got to be there before 3, so let's calm this down.
Okay. I'm not going to say nothing to my sister, okay? I'm sorry. I'm not going to say nothing. Look at my ass. Look. Look at my ass. Look. I don't do so with my ass. Look.
Can I do what? Is she gonna fit? I have an appointment I need to go to.
I'm going to finish.
Like, and how many rows?
One.
How long is this gonna take? I have a 3. Don't. No, which way? Hey, we're not gonna be rough with my hair though, because you're mad. But save the drama for your mama, because Coco V did that.
No, I definitely got the money.
So you paid them to finish?
No, that's not. Is that your policy? Okay. Here goes. Come with me to get my hair braided at this new braiding shop because they played with me last time. We're going to a new place today. Let's check it out.
it's going to be very difficult for me to put everything that happened into one video. So if y'all want a part 2, then just let me know. But I went to Massa's Hair Braiding in Dallas, Texas because I did my own little research, and my mom had actually been coming here for 5 years. But of course she didn't know that. So I decided to give them a try. There was cameras everywhere. And so I was already kind of concerned because of the environment was just not the safest. But this was my first time getting boho knotless braids, and they did pretty good work from what I saw on, the internet. So anyways, when I got there, I had told her that I wanted waist length. I guess that's what she said. I told her. But the whole time we were texting, I told her that I wanted this size. I never told her the length, but I also let her know that I wanted to pay $300. So when it was time for me to pay, she said, "What is this, a deposit?" And I'm like, huh? I immediately was taken aback, and I told her, like, hold on, you're not going to talk to me that way. Like, I told her, like, you need to pipe down is what I told her, because you're not going to talk to me this way. So right here is me just kind of recording my process. I really did not know that it was going to go south, but she was so hostile. Her client became hostile. It was so terrible. My mom and my sister had to come because I felt so threatened by this lady, and she kept her door locked. My husband wasn't with me. He was home with our children. So this was just a very scary process. And I think I'm not on here to bash her company. I mean, I really did not like to name drop, but the way that they made me feel was absolutely terrible. I think they did a great job with the hair, but the service was terrible. And I don't think anyone should ever feel that way. I did ask if she could fix my edges, but then she said she had my full name. So I said, let me stop.
So I went in there to go get my hair done. I had came at 1, granted. Okay, it's kind of late in the day on the Saturday. So cool, boom. I knew I was gonna be waiting a little bit. So I'm waiting around for them to, get to my head. While I'm waiting around for them to get to my head, all of a sudden, a fight. Like an argument. We could say argument because they didn't hit each other. So argument broke out between them. You could look at my first video in reference to the argument, the video before this one. So they had did a little argument or whatever. So after the argument, I'm like, shoot, I've been waiting here for hours. I'm gonna go ahead and get my hair done because it was a girl that got her hair done there. And her hair was gorgeous. Small knotless, just, simple, no boho, no nothing. Just plain knotless when they first started. So I'm like, okay. So I get a lady comes and do my hair. She's an older lady. No problem. And she didn't know how to color match hair. I had to go get some hair out of the car to show her what the color of my hair was. Because she was going to put like some brown hair. And I'm like, that's not going to work. So I showed Mary my hair. She's like, oh yeah, that's $350. We're gonna get $350, yada yada yada. So we get to here. They started doing my hair, and she was asking what I wanted. I kept showing her. She like, butt lift. I'm like, no, not butt lift. I want thigh lift. So the lady was like, thigh lift. Like she didn't want to do it. And then they got to talking. I can't understand what they saying in the language. So they got to talking or whatever. So she's talking, and I could tell that the older lady, how they was talking, that she did not want to braid my hair down that long. Okay. So I'm thinking like she gonna get somebody else to come braid it, because when somebody don't want to do something, they're not gonna do it right. She got help from another lady or whatever. So another lady came and helped. And I started to look at the top of my head, and I'm like, these parts are crooked. So I was telling her, the parts are crooked. Can you fix it? So I'm thinking they fixing the crooked parts. Oh, Bonnie Key slide. I'm thinking they fixing the crooked parts. They didn't fix nothing. So then I got pictures too in the other video of how my hair came out. The back of my hair, when I say the back of my hair was played in so bad, them parts are like arts and crafts back there. So I go back to the shop the next day, and I'm showing her, like, my hair is, parted up wrong. She's like, oh, the owner mirror. She's like, oh, they look fine. They look fine. I'm like, no, they're not fine. Trying to tell me that the parts were okay. So then she's like, oh, well, take the back half down and come back and we'll redo the back half. Baby, I work 50, 60 hour work weeks, 10-hour days. I don't have time to come home from work and take some hair down and then come back up to the shop. So I'm like, maybe refund. She like, no, we can just redo it. So I'm just like, okay, at this point, I'm not gonna get my money back. I don't have time to take the hair down. And it's one girl in there that does the hair for the videos that they posted. Because when I was in there, I seen them post the other girl that was in there getting her hair done. And it was the one girl in the front. And she did the braids that the other girl had in the other video. So it's only one person in there that could achieve them styles. And those are the videos that they posted. Not everybody in there can do them styles that they posting on that page. And I found that out afterwards, after I done got my hair done. So I wouldn't recommend going there. And the only reason I stayed and got my hair done because I had been already sitting there for hours. My hair, like I said, it looks horrible. I already took my hair down. I work all these hours. I don't have time to go back and go sit in the shop. I got an event that I got to go to this weekend. So I just had to check up getting the hair done. So that's just kind of what it is. That's just what happened. And yeah.
The worst braiding experience in Chicago. Let's talk. So I wanted these long stitch braids with a bunch of boho. As you can see, they're really pretty stitch braids, really long boho. I decided I had one of these braids the night before. I'm a type of girl, when I want something, I need to go get it now. I looked for a bunch of pages on Facebook and couldn't find any that could do the braids, so I decided to go to an African braiding shop. I had some Burmese curly bundles. Didn't have time to blow out my hair, but I did have enough time to wash my hair, and she said it was no problem that they could blow it out there. Let me show y'all how long my hair is. My hair is properly blown out. This is how long my hair is. Okay, cool. These are my Burmese curly bundles. Right here, she starts blowing my hair out. She literally was ripping my hair out. I have thick 4C hair. She started from the root. My hair was not fully dry and she had started trying to braid my hair, and I told her, you're trying to braid my hair damp, re-blow my hair out, and 2, ripping my hair. So she started doing it better. But how you don't know how to blow out hair? That was red flag number 1. I kept checking my braids because I told her I want a lot of boho. She was putting 3 bohos on each braid. That was pissing me off. She tells me she'll add the boho at the end. Question mark? Right here, when I looked, I couldn't really get in, but I'm like, it don't look like she's stitching them enough for me. Like, some look like they have stitches, some don't. These just look like regular braids. So at this point, I told her I want stitch braids, and she's like, huh? And I'm like, stitch braids. And I pulled up Pinterest and started showing her stitch braid pictures. I don't know if she had an attitude, but right here, she kept pressing her palm onto the side of my face to where I had to put my hand to stop her from pressing her palm, her sweaty palm, on the side of my head. Like, I don't know if she was just trying to be a bitch or if she needed some support. I don't know, but I've gotten braids before. On top of that, she was pulling my hair so fucking hard, and I kept telling her, you're pulling my hair. At this point, 4 hours have passed. I done ordered food and everything. Why is it taking 4 hours for some stitch braids? Somebody else ended up jumping in and she wasn't pulling my hair as much, and when I was looking at it from the front, I'm like, okay, it looks like the stitch braids are more stitchy. Once they're all done, I told her, I'm like, it's not enough boho pieces. She says, oh no, we're adding them now. And she takes out super glue and glues the bundle hair to my braids. I swear to God. She glues the boho pieces to my hair. So obviously I'm pretty as fuck in this video, but as you can see, these are not stitch braids, nor is it as much boho as I wanted for the style I requested. Especially that I brought you bundles. There's no reason. So I texted her the next day because my scalp was hurting. And not gonna lie, I probably handled this poorly, but I don't care. I basically told her I'm gonna take this to TikTok unless I get some money back from this style because it's not what I asked for. This was her reply, basically saying that I asked for a style that my quality of hair can't get. Are you okay? I have had stitch braids before. Do these look like stitch braids to y'all? Do these look like the picture to y'all? Okay, thank you. I went back and forth with her for a little while in the text messages, and she basically said that I could get a $100 refund. So thank you. I went and got my $100. That's $200 for this style for 5 hours. She took 5 hours to not even give me what I want and glue my boho pieces in. Yeah, nah, I need that. Thank you. Yeah, so I say all of this to say, beware of these weak ass braiders. Fuck. What a bitch gotta do to get stitched around this hoe?
This is me hot and bothered at Coco V after 3 hours and me showing them the picture 4 times for them to say they couldn't do it. You see how greasy I am? That's because they ain't had no air. Here I am at Sasha Braids. They told me that they couldn't do it. It's a lot of work. So I'm leaving. I'm just stressed out at this point. Then they come outside and say, okay, we can do it. I said, are you sure? I want it just like this, the hair throughout and the hair at the ends. I get in a chair 2 hours later. They trying to flip the script on me. So I said, know what? No, I'm not doing this. I'm going to try again tomorrow. The girl in the back braids was so flat. I'm talking about sewing flat, and they only charged her $260 back to me. I paid $230 because it was a tedious job, y'all. I left the house at 10:30, didn't get home to 12. I think they started my hair at about 4:35 and then got done. I got done at 11. The only thing I wish is that she would have put the edge control throughout my parts in the back. Also, they were a bit bigger in the back, but I didn't care. We started off rocky and ended great.
Okay, story time. So yesterday my braid appointment got canceled, right? So what do? I look up the motherfucking Africans. So the homegirl like, oh, it's some African braid shots that's been going viral with you on TikTok. I'm like, oh, they braids must be fire. So as soon as I go to TikTok, I see fire braids. Boom, call them, pull up. Oh my God, there's no sign on the building. The gravel's fucked up. I walked in, it's people everywhere, sitting everywhere. There's no stations, no type of setup. And guess what I still did? I continue to sit my ass down and get these braids, y'all. So I go to the bathroom crazy. Like, you can't make this shit up. Then, come to find out the next day, it's been an African shop that's been going viral about rats being in the shop. I cannot make that shit up. I mean, moral of the story though, my braids was fire. That's the craziest part. I was confused.
Let me tell y'all why it took 16 hours for me to get my hair braided from 8:30 a.m. to about 1:30 a.m. I wanted my long blonde braids again, and instead of going to the shops I usually go to, I saw this shop on TikTok that shall remain nameless, and they advertise as 220 that includes boho, any size, any length. That's the advertisement that all the TikTok girlies is saying, and that's what they advertise as. So I had called the night before to speak to the owner, right? She goes, yes, 220. And I said, any length? She goes, yes. Okay, come at 8 a.m. I'm going to send you a picture of the shop address. She doesn't do that. So I go anyway because the address is on TikTok. This is me sitting there waiting for the owner who told the girls on the phone when I got there, because they didn't want to quote me a price on my long braids. They wanted to ask her that she would be there in 5 minutes, right? I waited for this girl for like 25 minutes. She takes me in the back when she comes in.
I show you my all day.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't mind what your price is. I just want you to tell me what the price is.
You pay 280 with the curly hair.
Yeah.
So as you can see, it's no longer the 220, any size, any length, because now it's changing to 280 because I want long with boho. This is her boho. You see it in the colors that I wanted. I said scrap the boho. I don't like how it look. This girl that started on me, I had her redo my braids twice and she still couldn't get it together. They were mad big and it was not going to be full. It was going to be flat to my head, and the owner agreed with me. She said, oh no, it's flat. But I said, cut these out and let me go. She was like, no, I want my girls to do it, whatever. I'm going to get somebody to do it. She convinces another girl to start it on me. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, it's going to take forever. We're going to be here all night. She tells the girl, no, I'm going to get somebody to help you do the ends, right? So it starts off with 2 girls helping her do the ends, after she did a lot of the braiding by herself. Then all the girls end up stop helping and leaving, right? Because now girls is leaving, right? People is finishing up. These girls is ready to go. I've been there since 8:30. I'm the most ready to go. And I'm the customer, and I gotta pay y'all for this crazy unprofessional service. So now you can see the girl is back by herself. Nobody's helping. She's braided down the last braid, but there's still a whole section in the back that needs to be braided down. The owner is already gone, okay? The owner is gone. At this point, it's close to 12 o'clock at night. This guy comes in trying to sell something. He's in there trying to sell something, distracting her and talking to her. There's a girl or 2 that's in there still braiding her head. So me and her both irritated. Eventually, because nobody is helping, and she had even asked a few people to help, and the girls was like no and giving her excuses why they didn't want to help. So I'm like, why don't that other girl that was helping before come back and help you? She's like, oh, she cleaned up the shop. Every time I saw that girl, she was talking, doing something else. Look at this whole section that needs to be braided down. That's about 30 or 40 braids. I know you can't tell, but that's about 30 or 40 braids. She tells me to call the owner to get the owner to force somebody to help. So I call the owner gets somebody to help, and finally we get done. This is 1 something in the morning. I'm waiting for them to dip my hair. Do you know them girls who sit in the back eating like I'm not hungry, ready to go, just like them?
No, because why am I hiding in the restroom right now from the aunties? Because let me just tell you this shit. Now, I speak a little French, so I can understand some things, but I think they can tell that I am about to crash out. Stop playing in everybody's fucking face right now. This shit? No, because like, what did she even grab?
Hey, bonjour. When you dragged my front hair, what did she say? Don't lie. What did she say? She said, "A dagoboya letanama ne vitukima ne ohe anukawawo." That was what she said, right? She went on saying, "My big head." Okay, that was what. No, don't say A. You know what you said, so don't say A. And everything you said in a way, I understood everything to an extent that you had to overcharge someone. And then the person is going to get miscarriage, right? So no, basically, what are you trying to say? No. The person who is not here. See, I know what I heard. And no, I said I know what I heard. I know what you guys said. You guys were referring to this woman over here. She came to ask, did she ask you the amount she should charge that woman or she didn't? Why should the customer come and do her hair? Why should the customer come here and you guys decide to say shit about the person? So why should you insult me? So let's say if I didn't understand the language you guys were speaking, you would insult me, and when I'm done, you'd be like, "Madam, who are you? So your hair is nice." That was the same thing you did to the other lady over there. It's not nice. It's not nice. If you knew you could hit your chest and say it, why didn't you say it in a language you knew I would understand? I'm sorry. Okay.
It's been almost a week, so I'm finally ready to tell you guys about the worst braiding experience I've ever had in LA by an African braider. And the fact that she's African is very important because so am I. So let me get into that. So this is a hair salon, Isata hair salon, braiding, whatever. And honestly, I should have known better from those 2.1 stars. But I was just like, it's an African auntie. Sometimes they're a lot different from these American braiders. They have different ways of communicating, and I can see why someone can give them a low review, but I'm like, let me just trust them. I wish I didn't. I found the braider through TikTok of this girl named Mimi, I don't know what her name is, but either way, I saw this TikTok and it's like, okay, braiding hair included, wash and blow dry included, but the most important thing to me was 2 people working on your head. And I quickly found out that was not the case, but I'm gonna get to that. Another important thing to know is that in another one of that girl's TikTok, she said no deposit needed for this hair salon. And I was like, okay, no deposit, let me just call them up. So I call on a Saturday and I'm like, hey, I wanna get my hair braided on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Do you have time for that? Can you do that? And she's like, yeah, sure, we can do it, send a deposit. And I'm just like, okay, it said no deposits, but maybe the video got really popular and now she needs deposits. $50, no problem. So then on Monday, the day before my appointment, I say, hi, can you please confirm for my appointment at 10 a.m. tomorrow? I have not heard back from you, and if you can't do it, that's fine. I can schedule somewhere else. And she's got a little bit of attitude. She says, morning, we already talked. Everything is good, so I don't have to confirm. You already confirmed why you sent Zelle, so you're good, thank you. And I'm just like, normally when you send a deposit, the person who's doing your hair says, okay, confirmed, I got you, see you Tuesday at 10 a.m., whatever, but she didn't. But I was just like, okay, girl, I guess you confirmed. So first impressions when I get to the salon, it was not clean. I will tell you now, I saw 2 roaches there. I've lived in LA for 5 years. I've never seen a roach inside. I've seen the roaches outside, but I have never seen a roach inside. And that should have been my first indicator. But I didn't even see the roaches till they were like halfway through my hair. And I'm just like, the way I shut my bag, and when I got home, I shook my bag out to make sure nothing followed me home. That was nasty. I knew we were off to a bit of a slow start when I was sitting down for like an hour and a half while the woman who was braiding my hair was literally just like separating the braiding hair and getting the boho. And I get you're supposed to do that to make it easier so you're not like doing it as you're doing the hair. But I'm just like, it's been an hour and 30 minutes. I told her like, hey, it's been an hour and 30 minutes. Can we start doing my hair? Because I thought, again, there's going to be 2 people braiding my hair based off the girl's TikTok. Speaking of that girl's TikTok, the salon owner, Aisha, she was talking shit about the girl who made the TikTok video. She literally was saying to herself, like, she needs to take that video down. I'm gonna call her and make her take that video down because she's having people think that they can come here and have 2 people do their hair. You're not gonna get that here. And I was like, oh, Okay. Obviously, those videos are still up because she's getting customers like me from those videos who are thinking they're going to get all those things in that list, and that's not true. Of course, she didn't ask her to take it down because that's how she's getting customers. So then I'm thinking, if you can talk this crazy about someone who's bringing you all these customers, what are you saying about everything else? But after sitting there for a while, I heard what she was saying about everything else. She has such a nasty, negative attitude. Like, she's somebody with a dark spirit. I'm so sorry, but she reminds me of one of those like WhatsApp, Facebook aunties that are constantly arguing with people, fighting with people. Like, they always have a problem with somebody. And I can tell because she literally was talking about like getting into fights with people on TikTok. But to me, the biggest issue I had with the salon and the owner, aside from obviously the roaches, was her attitude. She had a nasty attitude. And the way she was speaking to the people who worked for her made me think like, no, I can never come back to this place, because she was talking down to them like they were dogs. They all had like this fear over them because they were just like bad vibes in that salon. And she's like not being nice to them. One of the ladies who was braiding my hair like left to go get food for like 10 minutes or something, super quick, and then came back, and she was not happy that she went to go get food. And I'm just like, damn, can they fucking eat? So I'm pretty sure she's Cameroonian, and I'm Gambian, and I'm Senegalese, and she was speaking Wolof in French at certain points, and I heard her talking shit, not just about me, but about other people in the salon, and just like talking shit in general. And I literally told the people braiding my hair, like, I understand Wolof, like I know what she's saying. And at one point, she's talking about me, and the braiders literally say like, she understands Wolof, and she literally says, I don't care. I was like, because I was telling the braiders like, hey, I had to get to the airport and pick somebody up at this certain point. Like, what's the timeline looking on this? They're like, okay, you're gonna get out of here by 4. And I'm like, okay. Because again, I'm thinking 2 people are going to be braiding my hair, and the salon owner is going off being like, you can't come in here thinking you're gonna rush people and have 2 people braiding your hair. We don't do that here. Yada yada, just like going off. And I'm just like, you do not talk to people like that. Braiders were extremely nice, really understanding, and they were just like, I can tell that they were just like so awkward in the situation, because it's like, what do you do? But the one thing I didn't have about the braiders, they were pulling at my hair so hard when they were detangling it. And I get it. They're African aunties. They're probably not familiar with how we do hair over here, but it's like they were detangling my hair with a fine-tooth rat tail comb, and you do not do that, especially when the hair is dry. And I was like, y'all are about to pull the hair right off my scalp. Like, slow down. And they're also putting so much gel in my hair. There's so much gel and product in my hair that I'm washing it out tonight, because when I tell you, I touch my hair with my hands and I feel like I have to wash my hands after, because there's so much product in my hair. And I hate to wash my hair so early, but I'm just like, it itches. I'm grossed out by the roaches and all the product. And I'm just like, I have to start fresh. I have to start fresh. And even though like I like my braids, I don't love my braids. The biggest issue I have with the braids is what the ends look like. Because I was saying throughout them doing my hair, like, hey, I want the ends of my hair to be curly. I want you to add the boho pieces, add the human hair at the ends. So they're like, okay, yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. And so as they're braiding my hair, I see they're not like, you know, adding it, but I'm just like, I guess we're gonna do it at the end. And so then once the end comes, and I'm extremely fucking agitated, because I'm like, I'm already waiting here long enough and I need to go. How long is it gonna take for you to add the human hair at the end? And I'm thinking like, so how are you gonna add the human hair? And they're just like, no, we're gonna braid the ends and dip it in the water. Then it's gonna be curly. And I said, bro, that's not what I said. I said, add the curls. I did not say braid it up and dip it in the water, because my issue with that is that like the boho hair is like wavy, and this is like crimped, so it looks off. And again, to the naked eye from far away, you're probably just like, oh, your hair looks cute, nothing is wrong with it. But the thing is, that's not what I asked for. Doesn't matter how cute something looks. If I didn't ask for it, I don't want it. And eventually I leave, I get out of there, I have somewhere to be. And as I'm leaving, I can still hear her talking about me. And I'm just like, you don't talk to people like that. What are you doing? And she's like, again, not even talking directly to me, but talking at me, saying, I'm not talking about you. And I'm just like, this is, no. And this is the exact kind of shit that gives African braiders a bad name. Unprofessional, dirty ass salon, bad attitude. Just like, this is not cool. And my thing is, I wanted to support the African aunties. It is not going to stop me from supporting them, but I definitely know who I'm not going back to. And you can look at the reviews. There are so many bad reviews, and they are all correct. They are all correct. When I tell you I will never come back to this salon again, and I urge you guys to not go. And I don't give a fuck if she contacts me, tries to say anything to me. We can go back and forth. Let's do it, because this was so disgusting.
Yeah, leave it up to me to get a hairstyle, and then don't like it after I get it, call me to this African shop to get my hair braided. First, I stopped at Smoothie King and I got a new smoothie. I didn't even like that. I don't know what's going on with today. But I got the Recharge 010. Highly do not recommend. Then I went over to the gym. I'm not going to show those clips. Just know I worked out. I got to the African shop. I got started on my head and I got the lemonade braids. That's what I wanted. She washed my hair. I had a whole lot of product in it. Yes, they wash your hair. 10 highly recommend. I love an African shop that wash your hair. I will give them credit on that. But as far as these braids, I didn't like it. I don't like it. Now I gotta figure out how I'm finna make this 120 right back. I already done made like 70 on TikTok shop, but I'm finna go sell another wig or something because I don't like my hair. Maybe it'll grow on me tomorrow. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't like it. What y'all think? Other than that, have a good night.
Okay, so people be wanting to know why the African braiders charge so little and they work a lot faster versus like single individual braiders like myself. I'm about to tell y'all because I just went to an African shop. Number one, they don't tuck hair. They don't like I literally just got this shit done. They finished maybe an hour ago. Y'all see my hair sticking out? They don't tuck hair. Number two, they do over the head, ear to ear parting, not temple to temple, because where's the bricklayer? Like, where's the bricklayer? Where's the bricklayer? Because that should not be there. Number three, they don't braid all the way down to the ends. Number four, how the hell is this braid in the front of my head this fucking long and the braid back here in my nape area this long? Do you see how much hair is left over with this braid? There's no way they're the same length. So they don't braid the same length because it was a shorty in the back of my head and then it was a different shorty in the front of my head. Number five, they don't make sure the part is straight and crispy like I do. And I'm a stickler for my parts, but they will just part that comb through your hair and start braiding. They don't try to fix it. They don't try to straighten it to where it's supposed to be straight, okay? Number six, now y'all know I was completely bald in January and I got about 4 inches of hair on my hair right now. They don't take the time to properly detangle your ends, and I can blow dry, but you know the ends get a little nappy, but they don't take the proper time to detangle it. They yanking that motherfucker, so that's how they get done faster too. At the end of the day, I'm not tripping too much because I paid it was $240, and then with the hair it was $260, and I tipped $20, so $280, and these are well past my butt, like mid-thigh, damn near knee length. I knew what I was getting myself into when I went there, but I liked the price, so I was like, hey, fuck it. So I'm not really tripping, but would I go again? Probably. Mainly because me personally, I really don't care too much. Like my hair doesn't have to be perfect. I really don't care. And that's probably why other people go to the Africans too. But I know there are some people out here that's like they need their hair perfect, and so that's why they come to me or they go to other individual hairstylists. The only thing that's probably gonna irritate me is my fucking hair sticking out, because if my hair was down here, okay, cool, it might not bother me. But this shit up here at the top of my head, it's gonna bother me once it's not fresh anymore, because it's already fucking bothering me.
Hey y'all, so I'm back. I got my hair braided, and yes, I have a story to tell. So y'all, I went to Didi's hair braiding in Homewood. I'm gonna post their they shop and their name and stuff like that. So I made an appointment weeks ago. I called. I wanted small boho knotless butt length. My braids are real long. They told me it would be 3 to 4 hours. I would have multiple people working on my head. They told me they would charge me $300, and I'm like, cool, that's a good price for small braids. And my appointment was supposed to be at 8 a.m. so they open at 8. I called again Friday. My appointment was Saturday. I called again Friday just to make sure, that everything was everything. They like, yes, cool, you found to come in. So, y'all, I get to the shop. I beat the Africans to the shop. I get to the shop a little before 8 a.m. And so I'm waiting. And so it was about 8 other people there waiting with me. So we all kind of walked in the shop together. Mind you, I've never been there before. So I'm like, well, what do I do? Do I sign the book? And the lady was like, oh, you guys could just sit down. So at this point, there's only 2 Africans in the shop, and they walking around, opening up or whatever. And so we sit in there, and more Africans are coming in, and they sit down and they start braiding people's hair. Mind you, my appointment was for 8 a.m. So I don't say nothing. I just kind of wait. So I waited until 9:30. They didn't start my hair until after or about 9:30. So an older woman gets to doing my hair, and I'm looking around the shop, and everybody has somebody doing their hair, and there's no extra people to help on my head. So the woman does a couple braids. I feel her do a couple braids. And so I'm like, I asked, she didn't speak English good. So I asked a lady, like, do you know how long this is going to take? Now, I'm assuming that this woman I'm talking to, this is Dee Dee. She says, do not rush her. Don't rush her. I'm like, ma'am, I'm not trying to rush her. I'm like, I just was told one thing. No, there's nobody else to help do your hair. So now I'm irritated. And I'm like, this is going to take way too long. So there's a little girl getting her hair done on the side of me. And I'm looking at her braids. This lady is on like row 3. Okay, she's moving. So I'm like, what size are those? And the lady says medium. So I'm like, just do my braids that size. So hopefully, it'll go quicker. So mind you, I haven't looked at any of my braids because she started in like the middle of my head. So I'm assuming that I'm getting medium braids. 5 hours go past, y'all. 5 hours go past. And that woman is still not done with the top half of my head. So I asked Dee Dee again, I'm like, excuse me, can you have somebody like help her with my hair? Y'all, I think I have arthritis from an accident I had a couple years ago. And I know my limit, like I cannot sit that long. We're going on hour 5. So that means it's going to take you a total of 10 hours to do my hair. I can't do that. Like, so the lady looks me dead in my face and like literally ignores me. Like, she's just not responding. I'm like, okay, don't trip. I got a trick for that ass. Now, the whole time, like, if you didn't immediately have your money ready, like, when you got up at the chair, these African women was harassing everybody, including y'all kids. Stop leaving y'all kids in these shops with these weird-ass African women. So, after I get up out the chair, the woman is like, I'm noticing, she's, like, following me around the shop. Like, I had ordered food and I'm throwing my stuff away. She's following me around. So, I said to her, ma'am, you don't have to follow me. Like, I'm gonna pay her. Like, I didn't come here for that. And I want to talk to your manager first. So I walk over to Dee Dee and I'm like trying to have a conversation with her or whatever. And she's like, I'm like, basically I had a bad experience. Like, can we come to some type of compromise? Mind y'all, the original price was $300. So she's like hell bent on like, no, I'm not taking no money off. $300 is what it is. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, I got $250 for your ass. That's it. Because it was a terrible experience. You took way longer than what you told me 2 times. And you was rude to me. Like, no. Y'all, the shit went left. So, let me backtrack and say that when I was sitting in the chair still getting my hair done, I'm on the phone with my boo, and he like, nah, I was just giving the money, woo this. Like, you outnumbered. I don't want nothing happening to you. So, something tells me to go on Google and Google their reviews. A lot of their reviews are horrible, terrible. But one stuck out to me, and it basically was about how they treated the 17-year-old girl. They locked her in the shop, and was getting all in her face, had the little girl crying and stuff like that. And that's basically what happened to me. So, y'all, I Zelle her, and at this point, we're, like, screaming and arguing it with each other. And I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm paying you what I'm paying you, and I'm getting the fuck out. So, y'all, they have a book, and they want you to, like, write your name in the book after you pay, your phone number, your email address, and, like, how much you paid or whatever. So, me being me, I'm walking over to the book after I Zelled her the $250, and I'm like, what y'all want me to sign this goofy-ass book? I was finna write you. Yeah. So, I hear a click. I turn around. One of the Africans has locked the door. I'm like, nah, we not doing that. So, I walk towards the door, and I go to unlock the door to let myself out. So, it's about 3 or 4 Africans run over to me, and they get to pushing on me. Like, trying to push me away from the door. And they're like, no, you didn't pay. We're not accepting $250, yada, yada, yada. So, I go to throw my arm out. So, now I'm swinging because I'm, like, up against, like, 5 Africans is in my face, G. Like, it was just a lot, y'all. So, now they looking all crazy because I'm swinging. But y'all pushing me to the point where I'm finna fall off my feet. Like, y'all didn't know me. No, I'm not little. I'm a hefty girl. So, anyway, Dee Dee started screaming, I'm calling the police. Call them, please, because y'all having me so messed up. Like, so she gets on the phone with the police, and she's lying. Like, I'm listening to what she's saying, and it's not true. That's fine. Call the police, but what we're going to do is tell the truth. So, what do? I'm like, I'm going to call the police, and I'm going to tell my side of the story, right? So, mind y'all, we were in Homewood, so the police came quick. So, when the police got there, like, they talked to the women that was working in the shop. They was hooping and hollering, acting all crazy. Excuse me. So, then, one of the officers came to talk to me. It was 3 white men. One of the officers came to talk to me. I told my side of the story or whatever. And he was asking me, well, can you show me, like, a receipt confirmation or something that you did? In fact, send them the $250. So I showed him, and the man was like, I mean, man, well, you said she tried to run out. She didn't run out. She paid you. She just didn't give you an extra $50 because she felt like she wasn't serviced properly. And he also went to tell her, looked her dead in her eyes and said, and ma'am, you cannot lock people inside your shop. You will be charged with kidnapping, is what he told that woman. Then she tried to lie and say, we didn't lock her in here. And the other officer chimed in. He was like, ma'am, the door was definitely locked when we pulled up. I tried to pull on the door and you guys had it locked. Mind you, there's kids in here. Like, people got their kids in here, and now their kids is locked inside the shop. So they was like all mad and distraught or whatever, but I hate that for us. Like, I really do. Like, 3 to 4 hours is a long way from 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you care so much about your workers and their time, but my time doesn't matter. Like, anyway, y'all, I would never go back. That shit was worse than the story that I told about CC's. I'm, like, distraught. I don't know. I'm definitely calling the Better Business Bureau on them. And then they also tried to lie and tell the police that I was getting aggressive with them. Y'all, I was so calm with this woman. Man, y'all, for the whole 10 hours, I'm furious, G. I'm like, G, I got there at 8 in the morning and didn't leave until, I believe it was after 7:30 at night. This was my reasoning for calling, because I know I cannot sit that long. And one of the women was chiming in, and she's like, believe me, sir, she loves her hair. She loves her hair. Mind y'all, I hadn't even looked at my hair. Like, I literally got right up out the chair, threw my stuff away, and went to try to talk to this woman. Like, I understand that y'all took y'all time and y'all did my hair, and I paid y'all, but I'm not paying y'all. You feel me? Like, where's the compensation? And then I just felt like she was being so rude. No, this is my money. And when I went in the bathroom, I found $40 on the floor. So, yeah, ultimately, I saved $90, and I was cool with that. So, I paid around, like, $210 for my hair, but they can go to hell. I hope this video goes viral, because y'all are going to learn to stop playing with people.
So let's get straight into it. I'm gonna explain why I'm never going to a certain African braiding shop in Atlanta ever again. Number one, my appointment was at 9 a.m. We did not begin my hair until 1:30. When I first got there, the lady was like, can you wait till 11 a.m.? We don't have power. Mind you, I wouldn't have cared if they braided my hair in the parking lot. But we're gonna start there. She says that they've known since 7 that they wouldn't have power till 11. She waited until I called asking for directions in the parking lot at 8:50 a.m. to let me know that they're not gonna have power till 11. Boom. So I leave. I tell them, don't even worry about it. I'm gonna go somewhere else. She texts me and says, I'll give you a discount if you decide to, come back. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll come back. You say 11 o'clock. Cool. I went, I got me some breakfast. I text her. She's like, oh, maybe 12. Okay, cool. I go run some errands. Then I return. It's like 12:30. There's nobody there yet. I called her. She says the first braider that walks in should be the owner. I'm assuming she's like the person that does the appointments or something. She said the first braider that walks in should be the owner, and she's going to start you as soon as she gets there. So somebody gets there around, like, I want to say it's like 1:15-ish. She opens the door. By that time, it's another girl waiting outside to get her hair braided as well. So we both walk in. She sits us in the chairs, like the salon chairs. She's like, oh, what are you getting? What are you getting? What color braiding hair? Boom, boom, boom. I tell her, and then it's like she stands behind the girl and starts like looking at her hair. And I'm like, okay, I wasn't being rude or anything, but I was just letting her know, like, I was here first type vibe. Like, can we get started on me? Because my appointment was supposed to be at 9 a.m. She's like, oh, no. Don't worry about it. I have 2 braiders coming. 2 braiders are going to work on you. I'm assuming because the girl was getting like medium butt length. Not least I was getting small, like butt length or whatever. She, it was going to take longer. Cool. Not cool, because I was just like, I thought y'all were known for like splitting it up anyway. So why can't you start me, and when they get here, they finish, that type of vibe. That's how I felt, but that did not happen. So, at this point, she tells me that the braiders aren't going to be there for another 30 minutes. So I leave again. I go to Walmart. I come back. They still not there. I wait another 15 minutes, and then finally they arrive. So the first lady that gets there that's supposed to start my hair, she doesn't speak any English. She asks me what I want. I'm trying to stand up and show her like, oh, I want butt length. Then the other lady that does speak English is explaining to her that I want small butt length. So she starts braiding my hair. Well, she starts parting my hair. She parts it into 4 sections. Can y'all tell me why when she was done with the first section that she brings my hair to the front and the braids are this long? And I know what y'all thinking. Y'all think like, oh, maybe she was going to braid them down. That was the end of the braid. Like how you get it like this. That was the end. So I'm asking her, I'm trying to explain to a lady that doesn't speak English, like, oh, my braids are supposed to be down here. So we have to take out all the braids from the first section. It's only 4 sections. Mind you, another thing, the lady's texting me about the discount because I'm trying to get the pricing right because I bought cash, you know, like to pay them in cash. The lady's trying to tell me that the discount for waiting 4.5 hours is $10 off. And then at first, I'm like, you must be pranking me, boom, boom, boom. Then she offered, no, I'm lying. She offered $20, then tried to go back and say it's $10. She was like, oh, the owner said I can only do $10. Both of y'all could kiss my peach. So yeah, so after that, the lady's braiding my hair. She stops braiding my hair because I'm like, what are they talking about, like with the discount, whatever. I don't even know, like whatever. It didn't matter at that point because on their TikTok, all their promo, it shows like any size, any length for $250. I'm just like, whatever, $250, whatever. Like, let's just do my hair so I can get out of here. Okay, so in the middle of me getting my hair done, I told you we had to take it out, and then, you know, she has to start over. She's doing my hair, and the lady that texted me about the discount, I'm letting her know. She was like, oh, I can't do the $20 because there's other braiders working on your head or whatever like that. I'm just like, first of all, it's $20, and then I'm telling her like, oh, there's only one person braiding my hair. I'm texting her. I don't know what type of miscommunication they had, but the lady who was braiding my hair got mad. Like, somebody called her, she got mad, she walked away to the back, stormed off, and like was you know, speaking her language. And the attitude she gave me was like she was upset with me. So I'm like, what's going on? I'm asking the other lady. She's like, oh, nothing. I'm like, what's up? Because nobody, first of all, what I'm gonna do is never be around bad energy in my hair. Like, we don't even have to go there. So let's not play like that. Like, you don't have to braid my hair. I will leave with that section done, take them out, or go somewhere else for my head to be finished. We don't have to play that game. So that was that. So the other lady tells me, I'm like, what's the problem? Like, I'm trying to get to the root of it. She was like, oh, I guess the lady that you're texting, you said you want 2 braiders braiding your head. I'm just like, what are y'all talking about? That's what was told to me when I walked into the door. I just let the lady know who was texting me that there's only one braider working on me, like that. She was like, oh, well, it's all a miscommunication. Well, she should have tried to clarify that before she stormed off. And I mean, doing the most. She was loud. Whatever she was saying in her language, it was aggressive. So I'm asking her, like, what's the problem? Like, what's the issue? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do all that. You're in my head. Don't be throwing the hair down, slamming down. Like, I don't care. I really don't care. You gonna do my hair or not? Because I can walk. You know, like, simple. So somebody else comes over and she was like, oh, I think it's just coming. And she starts working on my hair. I'm just like, whatever. Like, cool. Like, just, can we start my hair? But that was a big commotion going on in the shop. I mean, arguing. They was arguing with each other at that point because I'm just lost. That was that. So we doing my hair. Another lady comes. She starts my hair. She starts on the other side. She messes up the first couple rows. She did what the other lady did, the small. I'm just like, how are y'all not seeing what's in my head? Like, just compare. So she did like first 2 rows or something like that, and then she had to take it out some and just add hair again. So we did that. So we wasted more time, you know. Boom. Then the other lady with an attitude comes back as she's braiding my hair. She comes back to braid my hair, and I just asked her, like, because she comes back to start in the back, and I'm just like, you know, you don't have to do my hair. I'm telling the other lady, like, tell her she don't have to do my hair if she don't want to. Like, I don't need all of that in my head. I'm like, and I'm asking her, I'm trying to explain to her, you okay? Like, you okay? So they trying to, like, oh, and I skipped the part. They were trying to go back and forth with me on the price, saying that my hair was going to be $350 for a bunt lift small, even though they're promoting on their page $250 for any size, any length. Okay. And it's not the price that's the problem. That's not the price y'all are promoting. You know what I'm trying to say? So then the lady comes back to me. She shows me another post, because they do have multiple posts on their pages where it says any size waist length, and I'm getting butt length for $250. But still, where does waist length? Mind you, they told me their waist length is here for $250, and now for you to do from here to here, you telling me that's gonna be $350? So it's an extra $100. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just telling the lady, like, keep braiding my hair, because at this point, y'all gonna get what I give y'all. Everybody in there was nasty. Everybody in there was nasty. Their attitudes were nasty, except for the lady who initially opened the door and told me that I was gonna have 2 braiders. So that happened. Then yeah, so the lady's back braiding my hair. Everybody that's braiding my hair at this point is quiet. They in there arguing with each other. That's another thing, y'all. Do not go in there if you don't, want to hear all that. They're laughing. They're laughing at one point, arguing at one point. If you know one thing about African people, they're very aggressive when they speak. So, like, it's just aggressive. It's just rough. You know what I'm saying? And they were arguing. So on top of the language itself being aggressive, they were in there arguing with each other while they had a shop full of clients. Every chair in the shop was filled, and they're arguing with each other. So that happened. Boom. Then, and one lady, she's storming off on her client because she arguing with somebody that working in the shop. And there was the client that was getting a boho braid. She's asking her braider a question. And basically whatever she said to her braider responded to like somebody in the shop, like in their language. But whatever she said, it was like really rough and you know, whatever. But it was rough. Like she had an attitude. And then she said something back to the girl, and the girl was just like, what's the issue? Like, I just asked you a question. Like, I think she asked her about timing or something. I'm not exactly sure what it was. The lady gets up and storms to the back. Another lady, this is a whole different lady. She get up, storm to the back. She's speaking her language. I mean, going off. Because the girl asking her, like, oh, about how long, like, will it take for my hair to be done? So another lady jumps in and was like, oh, no, she didn't say nothing rude. She was like, no, she said something rude, like, whatever. And then the client begins to tell her, like, you're sitting here lying to my face. I'm African. Like, I know exactly what she just said. That's why, like, the whole thing was just like the energy in there was crazy. The girl was like, I'm literally African and you're sitting here lying to my face. I know exactly what she said. Like, she was like, oh, I understand it. I don't speak it. My parents speak it at home and you think I don't know what's going on, like that. So the lady who stormed off on her, still in the bag, going off. It got to the point where the client was literally in there so mad that she's crying and she's screaming. Now the lady who tried to jump in and lie and say, oh, she didn't say that, she didn't say nothing, her and the client is arguing. I'm gonna add a video.
So many shots to go through. I don't need this today. Sorry. I stayed for 5 hours. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Please. She's tired. It's okay. Sorry, don't do that. Okay, but people gonna ask questions about the hair. Like.
So yeah, that was my experience. It was dirty. They were late. Everybody was loud. They moved much slower than I thought they would. It was unorganized. And then their promotional like stuff online is not accurate. So yeah, and yeah, I'm never going there again. So that's off the list for the African braiding shops for me in Atlanta. Never going there again. My braids are very cute. I never said one thing about the work. My hair is nice. It went slower than that experience just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I came in there, I kid you not, I came in there with a portable charger, my headphones, some snacks, everything, just ready to let them do their thing. I didn't care if it was 8 people braiding me. I didn't listen to one song the whole time I was there because of how much confrontation was going on the entire time I was getting my hair braided. And there was no braiders in there ready to work. Like, even when we went back in initially to start braiding hair, to get our hair braided, the power wasn't back on. But the building itself had like emergency lights. So they could have been braiding the whole time. Because when they started, the emergency lights were on. We could have been braiding the whole time. And like I said, we could have braided my hair outside. Let's get it started. But yeah, that was my experience. The worst experience I've ever had with my hair. And yeah, and then they tried to give me a $10 discount off some braids that are $350. So no, they did not get, to answer your question, they did not get $350 from me. But yeah, I do like my hair. It's giving vacation, and that's that. That literally was the worst experience of my life. Yeah. Kid you fucking not.
As y'all can see, my hair is not done. And I'm in the car. Okay, vlog family, let's do a story time about what happened today. As we can see, my hair is done, but it's not because of IGs or wherever the place is. I'm gonna place it somewhere over here or wherever. So the place said that they open at 9 o'clock. So I got there at like, it's like 9:15, somewhere around there. Like I had the timestamp when I told y'all earlier. The girl started my hair around maybe 9:40ish. I don't know. Like I said, I had the timestamps in the videos as I was doing them. She's doing my hair, and as she's doing my hair, her coworkers are arguing, and she felt it was her place to stop doing my hair multiple times to go and facilitate the argument. Now, y'all, mind y'all, like I said, I got there at 9. She stopped doing my hair at least 8, maybe 9 times. So by the time that I left that establishment at 1 p.m., my hair in the back wasn't even done with the knotless. Or how would, like, come on now, you stop my hair that much to go and be in somebody else's drama when you should be doing my hair. So as she's doing my hair and she continues to walk off, I'm already getting agitated because, like, you're supposed to be doing my hair, you're not doing my hair, you know. But I didn't say nothing because, you feel me, just as long as my hair is but it wasn't. I decided to look at my hair. My parts were big as fuck. I'm also going to insert that picture in here too, because y'all, when I tell y'all my parts were so big, I'm like, and she tries to use the excuse that my hair was thick. Granted, my hair is very thick, but y'all see these parts? They not big because my hair is thick. Then the lady, had a lady come by or whatever, and she was like, yeah, we just typically do 10 rows. That's fine. Y'all could do 10 rows, just make my parts smaller. That's all I'm asking you. So I'm asking her, like, you know, can you fix my parts? She was like, I only got 3 more rows left, so what do you want to do? I said, you can do the next 3 rows, make them smaller, and then can you go back and fix the other parts? She like, these are small. She was like, you could have asked for extra small. What? I promise y'all, when I show y'all these parts, y'all gonna be like, what? So, okay. I'm like, so can you fix my parts? Or can you take this down? She was like, I could take it down. Y'all, why did she only cut some of my braids and didn't even do the takedown? I said, don't even worry about it. I left the fuck up out of there and went right up the street to African Genesis. I got in there at like 1 something. I left out of there around 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock on the dot maybe. Which is good as fuck for my hair. Look at this size. Like, please pray with somebody else, because it won't be me. It won't be me. It won't be me. Never ever.
Okay, so I'm going to start with, I want you to look at these, all these little ratty ones and the different things, and I want you to see this side. So this is the side that Nadine actually did. Again, I have no qualms with you. I have no issue with your work. Your work is fabulous. The problem becomes the other lady that did these. And I want to be clear, as you can see the different tri-colors, you can see these were actually done twice. So what happened was, I gave this young lady the opportunity to fix it. I gave this young lady the opportunity to fix it. So this is the one that I had to repair, and I'm showing it to you because you know you didn't two-tone my hair. I did this one really quickly because I had 2 fall out the back of my head, and I had somewhere to be because daylight savings time, we just lost an hour. So again, I want you to look, no issue with your work. So for sake of argument, I'm going to hold this here. Even the other lady that did my hair, there's no issue. It is the lady that you had do my back. And this is after, again, me trying to tell her she was not doing it right. There were issues, multiple problems. So this is, again, this isn't even one of the ones you did. This is her being lazy. And I do, at this point, believe it's lazy. But I want you to see what she did in the back of my hair. Now, of course, it did not exactly look like this when it walked out. This is after a day or 2. Now, why this is such a problem and why I'm truly upset that this is the video I have to give is that I told you I was at a convention, and I was at a convention full of black women, and I wasn't able to give another black woman her flowers. I wasn't able to tell them, oh, go to Nadine to get your hair done because blah, 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 blah. This is fabulous. This is this. I'm hurt because I will say this about Nadine. I think she values her reputation. I think she values the hair. I want to believe the lady that went to the women's shelter and the TikTok I saw of that woman being generous to the community means well. I want to believe that. So when I came in the second time and the girl was doing the back of my hair, you actually walked through the store and you noticed and didn't say anything, didn't come in and check. I assumed you figured your employee was doing what she was supposed to. Fine. Again, my issue with it is I don't have time to come back. If I had to come back, number 1, it's the 3rd time. Number 2, that's another almost 5 to 6 hours because she needs to take down the whole back again and redo it. And I don't have time now because I explained why. With that said, I don't know what you're going to do, but I think it's sad that you have people on your staff that don't share your vision. I think it's sad that you have people that are rushing. And again, I want you to notice the link difference, which is what originally caused this problem too. When I repeatedly kept telling her there's a link issue, there's a this, you need to rewrap, she had an attitude she didn't want to be bothered. Mo, you know, I want to get home, my baby. Oh, my work's never come back, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, then you should have told your madam you didn't know how to do this style. You should have told your madam that you didn't know how to do faux locks, even after you showed her. And I watched you show her. And I assume while she was physically in front of you, which are the few that are good, she did her absolute best work in front of you, because that's what people do when their managers and supervisors are in front of them. They do the best work. The problem is I don't have time. I shouldn't have to. Remember, I went back on Wednesday night. It is Sunday. That means Saturday I had stuff falling out. And what made this worse or could have made this worse are the people behind me that it fell out in front of. But instead, they actually were cosplayers. They were different things. And they were like, oh, girl, we've all had wardrobe malfunctions. Baby, do you know how long it took me to get stuff on here? And I said, okay, but here's the problem. This was professional. I paid somebody to do this. And they were like, oh, girl, who did your hair? So we know not to go. And that's why this hurts, is because I wanted to support a woman-owned, black-owned business. And now I had to tell people, don't do this. Don't go here, because this is how your whole back might look. And that's crazy, because this was a big event full of black women, and this was a local event full of black women that would have loved to support a black woman. So unfortunately, Nadine, I can't give you the review I wanted to. Even though I really wanted to, I can't give you this amazing review that said you did a good job and that my locks are holding up, and pay the money and get it done. What irritates me the most, besides having to give this report, having to say this, is the fact that I did this to pamper myself. Because most people will tell you, and I mentioned it, I usually do my own hair. I don't let other people in my hair. This took active work for me to sit down in a chair and to let someone do my hair. Because I have weird experiences for years that I just learned to do my own. I wanted to treat myself. I gave you money. I sat there. I didn't complain. I didn't bother anybody. For the record, when I kept asking for the mirror, she didn't want to give it to me. She finally gave it to me after she had done a couple of rows. I feel like she had covered this part up. Again, I am not saying they looked this bad when they walked out, but what I am saying is these were all redone. This is the redone version, because she was in a hurry and she didn't want to be bothered. With that said, I am definitely posting her picture, and I'm going to post a picture of the first set she did, why I had to come back in the first place, and the difference in length that, again, she started doing when you left. I'm telling you what happened. The minute you left, that girl started acting up and doing different. And I remember the older woman trying to tell her what to do. And again, I couldn't understand all of it, but I was like, hey man, could you tighten this up? Could you do this? Oh yes, mom, sure. Even when it came to my end of my hair and I had her do these last ones, oh ma'am, I forgot, I didn't see those. Anastasia, you should be ashamed of yourself. If you didn't know how to do this style, you didn't know how to do locks, you should have told your madam, I don't know how to do this. If you may be a bomb braider, you have no business doing this style. This ain't you. So now I got to figure out what I'm going to do now, because I don't have time to sit 6 hours. I have time to maybe work on this an hour here, an hour there, before I got other things I have to do. And that's not including the embarrassment that was at this convention. That could have been far worse. But again, black women that I was around was very supportive and very helpful. Nadine, again, I'm sorry that I can't recommend you, and I am sorry, as I do believe that you really do want your business to flourish. I do believe you were well-meaning, and I think, again, your work stands for itself. But you are also responsible for the people you hire to make sure they know what they're doing. And that right now is proven that she doesn't know what she's doing. There's no way. Or either she was just this lazy. Either way, this looks terrible. Like, it's not subtle. It's evident. Even the length, it's evident she just didn't want to be bothered. On that note, I don't know what you're going to do, but I know what I'm going to do.
Furthermore, why y'all keep making these videos about how bad your experience was? Not even experience, but how bad your hair was when you went to Nadine's. Why are y'all still going to Nadine's? Have we not learned our lesson? Have we not seen enough videos? I don't care how cheap the hair is. Girl, go spend a little extra at ABC, which is African Braiding Center, or Aisha's. I love Aisha's. I love Aisha's down. But why are y'all still making these videos? Y'all already knew what to expect. Y'all know it's a hit or miss. Y'all know it's depending on which braider you get. You're not going to remember who your braider is unless you got their contact information. It's too hit or miss. And y'all keep making these videos. Y'all know Nadine is a hit or miss. I love what she has done. I love that she was able to open a new shop. I love it so bad for her. Her braiders just need more training, yes. But why y'all keep making these videos? Y'all know what to expect going to Nadine's. Stop going to Nadine's.
Okay, y'all. Would y'all pay $4.90 for these braids? Y'all got me getting a little skeptical. I went to my first African braiding shop. I went to Eve's African braiding shop yesterday. And I could not go nowhere without people saying, oh my gosh, I love your braids. They already up on here. I posted them on my page. They got like 1,000 saves, 3, 4, 5 girls, and told me, oh girl, I'm going.
And everybody's in the comments talking about $490, $490, and I didn't even have a problem with the price until now. I'm starting to think about it. Did they overcharge me? And I'm over here saying, you know what, if they did, it's fine, because that's how I stay blessed. Look, see, when people get played, they be like, oh, that's how I stay blessed, blah blah. But for real, now I'm getting a little sad. And okay, this is how I'm thinking about it. Their base price for knotless, they were doing a special $250 for any size knotless, not boho. So I'm like, $250 any size knotless waist length. So you're charging me extra for boho. I did not have my own hair, so they told me they charged me $70 just for the hair. So forget even the hair. So $420. Would you pay $420 for butt length knotless? Did they overcharge me? Because I'm like, okay, if you'll do $250 any size knotless waist length, so you charge me extra for boho, you charge me extra for butt length, so maybe they're charging me extra because it's small too, because the special is any size but not boho. I'm trying to add it up and like make myself feel better about it. So I just want to know, do y'all feel like this was worth $490 or $420 without hair? And oh, my braiding hair was included as well. Let me know, because I've been posting them on my page, giving them promo. Y'all better not overcharge me. Oh, and mind you, the whole time I did have like 2 braiders braiding my hair, it only took like 5 hours. Like I got there at 8:30 and they were done by 2. At one point, it was another girl even working in my head, baby. They was not playing with me. Like 3 people.
Y'all saw the last clip. I went to Eve's on Old National in College Park, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia, whatever y'all want to call it. I went there this morning. So a little backstory. I called yesterday around like 4 something. And I spoke to a young lady. And she told me, I asked her what time they opened in the morning. And she told me that they opened at 7. And I asked her, what was their special? She said any size for $250. And I said, okay, so I can get small for $250. She said yes. Remember that. This is why I would not be going back, because my experience was an overall 4 out of 10. The only thing good that came out of my experience was my hair. That's it. And the fact that they were speedy. It was 2 of them at one time. That was the only reason. Those are the only 2 positive things that I could think about the entire experience, honestly. So I got up this morning. I got there at like 6:55, 6:50 something. And I said, okay, I made a video. I was like, they have about 3 more minutes before I walk in. I said, hey, I need my hair done. When I pulled up, the lights were on. I was like, okay, they open or whatever. Or they're getting ready to open. And I saw them. I saw 2 ladies separating hair. And I saw 2 ladies in the front. They were sitting down, drinking and talking. I said, okay, I'm going to give them some time. Let me collect myself, because I have social anxiety. And I really don't like talking to people. Especially people I don't know. So I wait till about 7:15. I'm like, okay, that is 15 minutes. And I'm getting ready. They're looking at me through the car, and I'm looking at them. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I could get out the car now and stop looking like a weirdo. So I got out of my car. They're watching me walk up to the door with a mug on their face. I should have just turned around then, but I'm in a pickle trying to, like, it's crunch time. I have a lot of things to do. I can't just sit around and wait anymore than I already have. Like, I've already put other priorities above getting my hair done. And because I had been there before, I didn't really think that it was going to be, this experience was going to be as bad as it was. So as I'm walking to the door, they're watching me, and I go to pull the handle, and the door is locked, and they're looking at me. And they roll their eyes and get up to come unlock the door. It's 7:15. You said y'all open at 7. I'm not understanding why you're upset. So I walk inside. I say, good morning. Nobody spoke back to me. Hey, it is what it is. Maybe you're just not a morning person. So the 2 girls that were sitting in front that came and unlocked the door for me, they say, one of them says, oh, you can go back there, because there's like a wall in the entrance. Okay, go back where? Go? You just want me to go stand in the middle of the floor? So then another older lady, she says, no, you can go to them. So now in my head, I'm like, what? Like, I'm totally confused at this point. Who's going to do the hair? So then I go to sit down. They're like, you can come sit over here with an attitude. I'm looking at my phone because I'm trying to see how much time it's gonna take me to get to Wakanda, because they had a lot of good reviews. So they're sitting there, they're separating the hair, and the other girl, she asked me, what am I getting? And I said, I called yesterday, and the young lady that I spoke to, she told me that y'all had a special any size for $250, so I was gonna get small waist length. And she said, oh, the special is medium. I said, okay, that's fine, like, because I only brought $250, so I'm gonna have to get whatever it is that the special is. Like, I'm not tripping. So then they're separating the hair, and I see her get up, but I didn't know what she got up for. I had my AirPod in, like, I'm setting myself up to get my hair done. All of a sudden, I hear, hello, hello, hello. So now I'm thinking she on the phone. I'm thinking the girl behind me is on the phone. Y'all, she pats my shoulder so hard, it felt like she was hitting me. So I turned around like, are you cool? Why are you hitting me so hard? She's like, oh, you can go get your hair blow dried. I said, okay, can you not hit me like that? Like, you could have said, excuse me, I thought you were on the phone. So then I go sit in the seat, and the girl that's blowing my hair out, she's like, are you okay? I said, no, I'm actually kind of frustrated. She says, oh, I'm sorry. And she hands me my hair tie that's on my hair. They start braiding my hair. I sat in the chair at 7:20. They didn't blow my hair out until 7:45. They didn't start braiding my hair until 7:57. I got done at 11:09. So the girl that's doing the top half of my hair, she finishes before the girl that's doing the back half of my hair, because she took a little break to do something. And she comes and she hands me a binder, and she wrote their names. The only name I remember is Luna. I don't know who the other girl was. She wrote their names down in the binder, and she's like, you can write your name and follow the rest. So I finished. I'm on FaceTime, but I finished up the little book or whatever, and the person's like, dang, like, what? So then I'm just holding it, and the girl goes, are you done? I said, yeah. And I hand her back the binder. She sets it down. The girl that gave me the binder at first, she comes around this way, and she's like, cash. So now I'm like, okay, it is what it is. Like, I'm just ready to get done. So they dip my hair, and the girl taps me on my shoulder again. She says, you're done. And I got up and I walked out. When I say their attitudes were absolutely terrible. Terrible. Nobody said, thank you, come again. Nothing. Attitudes were terrible. And as I was walking to my car, I looked back because I feel eyes on me, and they're staring at me. Staring at me. So again, I've been there before. I went back in January after my birthday, and I got braids, and they did a very good job. I don't know if it was just a bad morning or what, but they were very rude, and I really did not enjoy my experience. Like,
don't let that girl de-influence you about Eve's. If you live in Atlanta, go to Eve's African Braiding. Point blank period. This was done in 6 hours. Boho knotless, deep and wavy. Deep wavy, wet and wavy, wet curly, I don't know. Waistline. 6 hours. Miss H and Sophie. Okay, it's still tight, y'all. I got it done yesterday, but I tend to wear it on the side, so go to Eve's.
Dog, the way is like different eat, but these braiders really be playing in y'all head, because they really sit there and put 8 different sizes in your head, bitch. I have a large knotless in the back of my head. Can y'all even, like, do y'all see that? And at the time she was doing this special on her page, it was the All Stars $100 until she reached 10K. I think she's still doing that shit at the moment. But the kicker is she requires a 15 fucking holder fee that you don't get back. That really should have been the first red flag. But I'm like, her work cute. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt, because like the total was like, she charged $30 for the curls that I had to bring anyways. Hair was not included, but in total it was only $145.
It was 100 for the knotless and 30 for the curls, then plus the 15 fucking fee. She should have just put that to the price. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, and then she added so much pieces to cover up the fact she didn't put no fucking braids in my head, bruh.
Hi guys, I'm ready to talk about my experience with the African braid shops. Boom, this was my very first time going to get my hair braided at a braiding shop, whatever you want to call it, African braiding shop. They ate. Like, first of all, I told them I wanted medium, boho, knotless. Now everybody's medium is different, okay, but this is their medium right here. And then I said I wanted waist length. To me, this is butt length. All hair included. The boho hair was included. It's human hair, because I think when y'all be trying to eat people up in the comments when they tell you how much they pay for their braids, you're not taking into consideration the hair, the braiding hair and the boho hair that they're paying for. And this is human hair. Like, it's not synthetic. So hello. I didn't have an appointment. They only take walk-ins. I went to Eve's African braiding shop, Eve's braiding shop on Old National. Don't quote me. I'll tag them or I'll put it somewhere in the caption. But walked in around 11:30ish, maybe a little closer to like 11, because I had to go to the ATM to get money because they're cash only. So after I told them what I wanted, they sat me down. 2 people were on my head the entire time. So let's just say they started at 12 because they had to, you know, separate the hair, get the hair together. I was done at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, 12 to 4. This size, this length. Clean. All my parts, do you see? Thank you. They ate that up. The aunties ate that up.
Xenophobic. Africans and Caribbeans, that's their new anti-Semitic. Just because somebody calls you out, they're not being xenophobic. And what I'm talking about specifically is the African hair braiding salons. If you're not doing the job correctly, people could call you out. That's not xenophobic. If you're not being professional and they call you out, that's not xenophobic. Check this out. Check this out. It's not xenophobic. Y'all just getting called out for not doing a good job. Black American women are particular about their hairstyles, about anything that's beauty related. And if someone's paying you for a service and you're doing it incorrectly, they're allowed to call you out. It's not that deep. It's not like, oh, because she's Black American, she has a superiority complex. No, it's because you didn't do the job right. You are unprofessional and you didn't do the job correctly. What they look like paying you $400, $500 for an incorrect job.
Alright, y'all. Now y'all have seen that whole crazy compilation together. Y'all have seen, and with the African braiding shops, for sure, there are different people with different perspectives. Those people who love it, those people who don't love it. And me, in my own personal experience, I love to support my African people, but baby, when I see in the book inside is 2 braiders working for 5 hours and I've calculated my time, like, please don't let it be 10 people and then I'm taking the whole day. That's just what pisses me off, and that's what just makes, like, as much as I would want to support, like, I just can't. I can't go to a walk-in shop. I'd rather like you work from home and I pull up on you and you just working on me by myself and you don't have a bunch of people. That's the only way I'm supporting, because when I'm booking on the website and it's 5 hours, because y'all gotta realize there are people who go literally by hours. Like, there are people who are moms, there are people who are literally going to pick up their kids from school, people are doing this and that, and they've literally looked at the website. If you're telling me I'm staying there for 5 hours, that's exactly what I've calculated. Maybe after the 5 hours I already know I'm going to do for something like my appointment or whatever. So that whole thing just pisses me off and I don't like that. So I would just give my tips that I would give is just be very, very specific. One thing I would want to say, just like in terms of African, how they do hair, and believe me, because I grew up in Africa, and trust me, it wasn't this whole mess. I grew up with braiders doing like 2-3 braiders always, and maybe it's because my mom was always there and she was standing on business and she made sure, because my mom was on it. It's like, we're getting your hair done, we're going to eat, we're going home. That's just what it was. So maybe that's what it was, but we never had that whole mess. Even the whole like band and playing music in the middle of people's heads, like, come on now, that's not even professional. Like, I understand the culture, but like, just leave it for a party. Invite me to your party later after you done slayed my hair and I can come hear the drums and we can chill. But in the middle of you braiding and you're pissing me off, like, literally it could be an emergency. It could be like, I need to be in the airport. But that's why, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you have important stuff to do not go to these walk-in shops knowing that you're going there for a specific amount of time and you have something important to do. Because imagine if I had like an appointment, if I had, especially going to the airport, and then Atlanta traffic is crazy. That's why I say we go by timing. Like, I'm a very organized person. So to all the African braiders out there, please, 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 we love you guys, we love the culture, y'all do amazing hair. But then another thing is the difference in the culture. Americans are very specific. They like the edges and, you know, the product that and all that in there. Back when we were growing up, they don't do that back in Africa. So that's what I'm saying, you need to be very specific, because you need to understand, most of them who are coming from Africa doing your hair, they're very good at braiding, but they don't have the same trainings, the same techniques as the Americans. So that's why I say be very specific. Take videos, take pictures, take your product. If it's a product you like in your hair, damn near carry that product and be like, this is what I need, this is how I like my hair to be done, I love it. Because they do braid amazing. Like, even this was done from an African braiding shop, but it's just the hours, bro. Like, I should not have to say more than 8-10 hours. Like, I'm feeling like I'm clocking in a whole day. I done seen 10-20 different heads coming in and out. I'm like, god damn, I'm getting dizzy. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the only tips I would say. And even I think another thing that was helping me kind of, I mean, it took long, but at the same time, what made it like they didn't really mess up like my parting and stuff is because I was vlogging. I had my camera. I wasn't vlogging the whole time. I was just putting out my camera here and there for my vlogging page. So I think they didn't mess up. My parts was good. I have no complaints. It's just the hours. Unless I didn't look in the back. Now that's got me thinking. I gotta look in the back, y'all. I gotta look in the back. I got to look in the back. But that's crazy, because I've had this for a minute now. Like, I've literally had this for a minute and it's old now, and I am totally dreading to take them off. I'm totally dreading to go and get a new. At this point, I'm gonna just have them for a little more and then probably just decide, or maybe just wait for them to be taken down and stuff like that, because baby, they long as hell. But yes, this is my tips. Be very specific and just voice your opinion. You don't have to be violent. There's no need to have a fight. And I know sometimes even the lady at the beginning, she didn't even have a bad tone. She was there supporting this lady for 9 years. Her tone wasn't out of line. But the African lady, oh my god, not you coming up like this at me and bumping and girl, don't know. That's no professional way to do things, bro. Like, and I usually tell this to people, especially because I'm a service provider. You have to think about the bigger picture. You are treating her like that. Do you expect her? You think she gonna come back? And then, I mean, you treated her like that, and then you expect a positive review. You expect her to come back. Y'all don't think about the bigger picture. Like, the loyal clients is way better than that for that time money. That time money in that moment that y'all have a disagreement can really be solved quickly. And I'm talking this from a perspective of a service provider, because trust me, yeah, I've had disputes in my service, but I usually tell people, communicate with me. Communicate with me. I'm very, very understanding. Unless you play with me, unless you playing on my top, then now, yeah, crazy Sandy comes out, but it's not gonna be wild. It's just gonna be like you get banned. You're not allowed in my space type shit. Like, I don't even go the extra length to shout and do and expose. The only exposing I did was a long time ago on TikTok. It went viral, but that was just to let people know that a client was running off on services so that they stay on high alert. That's the only thing I did. But these days, it's like, baby, if you come in here, it's like I changed my policies. Ever since that, like, I changed my policies. You read my policies. I get my money before the service. I learned. A lot of people on TikTok were telling me, from now on, make sure you make your deposit higher and make sure you take the payment, because my work is great. Like, go to my page. My work is beautiful. There's no way I'm coming to play in anybody's lashes. That's just not the type of person. I pride myself in my work. I love taking my content. I love showing off my lashes, my work, because I've come a long way. These days, I wasn't able to do lashes in 2 hours. I was taking 4 to 6 hours to do. I wasn't even believing in my skill like that. So I take deep pride. And me, customer service is a big thing for me. It's a big thing for me. So if it's energy that and trust me, not all money is good money. I like, there's just some clients who will come and will try to play on your top because they take your kindness for weakness. They're like, oh shit, she's really good. Because I was the type of girl like that, just let shit slide. Oh, you're going to get some money? And they go, okay, it's fine, I'll wait for you, I trust you. Next thing, you block, you go outside, ain't nobody out there. You know what I'm saying? That's just when you just move accordingly. Now that energy don't come back. I just block you from my website. You never gonna book with me. And I know a lot of my people love my work because my work is beautiful. My retention is great. Professionalism is a vibe in here. We don't have no drama. This is like literally a luxury service. You come, we vibe out, we have our therapy. Either we talk about whatever we're talking about, or you go to sleep, have your beauty sleep, wake up, and it's it's just a vibe. But any energy, baby, I don't take all types of monies, period. That's just what it is. And because because I hold my professionalism on my end, I would expect at least my clients to be like that. So there's no way I would have all these policies on my end and then I get out of line and do all these things to my clients. It just goes against your policies. And I'm the type of person, I'm quick to pull out my policies because I stand on everything. So it's like, for all service providers, if you have a service, if you have policies lined out, all these fees, all this blah blah blah, treat your clients accordingly. Don't have a big ass head and act like, oh yeah, now you feel like you getting clients, you feel like you getting some money. Baby, the same way you go up, you can go down real fast. Don't do that. Just treat everybody like, I love treating everybody the same. Ask everybody who's been with me for 2, 3 years, 4 years now, they know it's always the same. I take videos, pictures from the beginning. Like, there's no day, like, every season. Some people think it's a photo shoot every time they come here because it's like, I pride myself because in the beginning it wasn't this great. Now I don't care. Like, I don't care how long you come with me. It could be 10 years, baby. I'll still pull out my camera and take the pictures and videos because I love my work. And that's just what it is. Stand on it, but act accordingly. Be professional and communicate. There's a way to communicate without being hostile, without having these fights in the shop and all these distractions. It's a lot we have talked about, but y'all get the point. But I would love to hear from you guys down in the comment section. Thank you so much for those who have got all the way to the end. Thank you for supporting my channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications. I'm about to drop some more videos, you guys. I know I took a little break, but I was working on the back end. I'm doing 2 pages now, so I'm withholding my vlogging page and I'm withholding my main page. So we gotta work with both, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, yes, subscribe to my /Sandy vlog channel because I'm dropping a vlog. It's gonna be exciting this weekend. I can't wait for you guys to see what I'm doing tomorrow. And then also my main channel will have another new video, refreshing video in the weekend, so you guys can enjoy both sides of Sandy. Okay, so with that being said, thank you so much for everyone who's been supporting me. You guys literally mean the world to me. If you've never heard me saying thank you, this is me. Hear it. Thank you for real. Thank you so much for supporting my journey. You guys have been there literally from day one. I cannot believe I'm mind blown. Since 30K, I'm not even since 30K, since even 1K, I was mind blown. Now it's even going higher. I'm even way more mind blown, and it's crazy because without you guys, this would not happen. Without you guys believing and pushing me and engaging and let me know what to do, things, the topics and different things, and what you enjoy, how you want me to edit and things like that. Without you guys, I like literally, I wouldn't be this far. Like, so I want to say thank you so much for every one of you guys. I appreciate all your messages, and like usual, I'll meet you guys down in the comment section. We gonna key, baby. It's not ending. This is not the end of the video, honey. You already know the conversation continues down in the comment section. And with that being said, have a blessed day, and I hope to see you guys in the next video and down in the comment section. With that being said, bye guys, love you.